Are you interested in getting up to $26,000 per employee in a refundable payroll tax credit that does not have to be given back? Use this as you choose. You need more growth and expansion in your business. You need to recover your costs. Your expenses are off the roof. Overhead. You need to grow your monthly revenue, your profitability longer term. And you just need a place to say, hey, finally somebody is taking care of me. Hi, welcome in. This is Michael with Viral Funding Solutions. I'm in my living room. There is a FIFA World Cup game on, Brazil. Not paying too much attention to it now as I'm right here with you guys, paying enough attention. And so I'm sitting on my chair in front of me. It got quite cold, so I put on a quick blanket on. And so I'm here with you guys for a little bit, and I'm going to go over the up to $26,000 per employee in a refundable payroll tax credit, as well as 0% interest for 6 to 18 months, up to $150,000, if not $250,000. This is no joke, no collateral, literally no documentation, no bank statements, no any kind of financials, tax returns, profit and loss, year-to-date, balance sheet. You need to fill out a form that the SBA requires you to fill out. It isn't any of that. So I'm going to go into that in a moment. But first and foremost, I just went live on the YouTube channel for just underneath an hour. Went over the employee retention tax credit is what this is. This is a refundable payroll tax credit passed by the CARES Act in March of 2020. And then it was reinstated and pushed there out through another one. But during that COVID time where we were at its peak, even before that, if you were impacted and you lost employees, but more so you were able to keep employees on your payroll for qualified W-2 wages, not 1099. I get that question asked a lot. You can have one person in the business, but do you have W-2? Do they have W-2s, W-2 wages, as you being the employer? And if you have 51% or more as the ownership of the business and you're the sole person in that business, you won't really qualify for it. So LLCs and that's kind of out of the question for now, but it's more important to see those other parts of the equation. And yeah, you can get up to $26,000 per quarter. It breaks down to about $5,000, 2020, 2021, $7,000 or so. The numbers are readjusted where it does come out to be $26,000 per employee, but for those quarters. So as a business owner, if you were able to submit, 941s, the majority of us do, per quarter, you should have those already. So they'll be asking for payroll, tax documentation, and so those 941s, 943s if necessary, and it's very hassle-free. A lot of people are taking advantage of this, that the government is giving you back for things that were out of your control, for government mandates, partial or full shutdown of your business. You couldn't operate the way you wanted to. You had some things you could do, but you really couldn't. You had to relieve business people on your payroll, employees, and you took a hit. And so ultimately, the government is giving you back this credit. It's not a business loan. It's not a grant in its entirety because, giving back is another thing. So this is the refundable payroll tax credit, and it is limited. So a lot of people are taking advantage, but if you haven't, you want to do it right away. And if you started an application already, do not wait, because this could dry up by the end of 2024, if not before, if not 2025. Don't rely on that. You don't know if there will be an extension past that. Maybe not. Maybe never again. Look at what's happened with the EIDL loan. That's, boom, flatted out. The PPP loan, boom, flatted out. How about the Restaurant Revitalization Fund? Yeah, but that's only one industry and certain niches within that industry. Not everybody qualifies, and those of you who already submitted an application are going to be looked at. But what if it closes again? Oh, here we go again. But I could have applied, and I could have got a credit that I don't have to give back, that is rewarded to me for what I could do. How would it feel? Just imagine having that credit. You look at it in your account. I know what to do with this. And maybe it isn't everything you wanted, but now you're tripling down on financing. So you're getting a credit. Already got business credit. Already have personal credit. I can get a business loan lines of credits, equipment financing. I can still do that while I'm getting this employee retention credit. Yeah. So in the meantime, while you're looking to get approved for that, which takes about 16 weeks, it can take, but more or less 4 to 8, 6 to 8 is what you see a lot of the times right now. So in that time that you're waiting, somewhat a little bit more of an extension than I would say an SBA loan, but somewhat similar. You can wait to get financing. In the meantime, you can do that. You can get bridge funding. Hey, I needed $30,000 today. I can't wait till tomorrow. What do I do? I'm going to jump into those things in just a moment. But if you're in here watching now, please say hello. Let me know where you are tuning in from. Happy Friday. Again, if you just started, I'm sitting in my chair as the Cameroon and Brazil game is on. Very enticing, but okay, cleared out of the box by Brazil's goalkeeper. And so I have time today. I wanted to be here in front of you, making sure that I have the content. I see somebody posted in the comments. Did you mean to put the S there, but you put cash advance? That's only one service. There are plenty of them. I had somebody in here saying whack, but they didn't even understand the extent of the content. They were, I think, the first person that commented without me saying much. People just like to troll. They have nothing better to do on this app but troll. When somebody actually brings them educational content, something that can affect their lives, you know, if you want to become a business owner, I used to never pay attention to that stuff. Like, I'm just going to be an employee. I wish I had somebody who educated me on that a lot sooner. Or I paid more attention to it and I sought that information out. Instead of wasting my time on social media, hey, look at me, I'm in here watching a social media post on this and that. Each to their own. I'm not saying I never do that. Sometimes I'll flip through here, but I don't spend a lot of time on doing that. So I'm here to bring you the value as a business loan broker expert. Now, to transition away from the ERC up to $26,000 per employee, just know that that exists. Do not wait. Right now, a lot of people are doing it. Today, a lot of people who have already gotten a response back from the IRS have their credit amount. They wanted it. Good. And there's no upfront fee, no upfront cost. Only after, if you want to take it, there's a pay before or pay after. 10% or 15% fee, sometimes 18 and 20%. And I'm like, oh, I already cleared this up on my live, by the way, that the cost of getting these greatly outweigh the cost of not, because of how you can use them, what it can do to open up more doors. And it can not only maximize the amount you get by doing that, but you get the best of the best looking after your file. So whether it is 15, 10% for myself, do it. That's what I would do. And so that's one part. There's a lot more to the $26,000 per employee. I will leave you that in the bio. If you click the link, you can go over there and you'll learn more about this ERTC program, and you will be walked through the process that I have set out for you. Don't pay your debt. There's no consequence. There's always a consequence to not paying your debt. Now, you got to be more specific in terms of what kind of debt, and then I can be more reasonable with you. But in general, when we're talking about not paying your debt, that can mean a lot of things. And so I'm going to just take it as face value and say for a business loan, an advance, etc., credit card, yeah, you should be making your payments back. Don't depend on loan forgiveness or a deferment like we've seen with the EIDL. And I get a lot of us are in a position where we can't make our payments. Like, we took such a hard hit that we're not even recovering. Like, if you were savvy enough of a business owner, you would know this, that it's more for business owners who've been in it for so long that go, I took a huge hit. Yeah, I can only use this for expenses, overhead, and these reasons. But do I have a plan set in place how I'm going to generate more revenue? Most business owners do not know what to do. They don't know how to squeeze more out of one customer. They don't know the lifetime value of a customer. They don't understand their return on their investment from that one customer, their overall business, their conversion rates. They don't understand their return on their ad spend if they're doing ads, their retention. They don't understand, how do I add more value? It's not necessarily all about giving them an upfront amount of a lot of money, but the value that comes with that money. And so you have to understand, as a business owner, when I go into businesses, aside from looking at the logical point of view, getting an analyzation of what's happening when I see it, I go, well, this could have been expanded. And you had a chance to do that 4 months ago. I want to know a little bit more. Why wasn't that done? Oh, well, at the time, and then people give me their personal reasons, and I go, okay, understandable, but you didn't have this time to jump back into doing that. Oh, it was a seasonal thing. I didn't have the money. Well, there's other ways. If you can't qualify because of the revenue that way, maybe we look at a form of a startup, a personal loan. Maybe we look at a business credit card, credit union. Maybe we look at a few other things, but there are things that people don't look at, and they're not up to it. Credit card, Bank of America. Nice. Thank you for clarifying. Yes, I can see why you say what you say. I know what's happening with the banks. I'm up to date in the market with everything. I know bankers. I know the bank managers. Everybody in a lot of different banking institutions, credit unions, online and offline related, accountants, CPAs, bookkeepers. I have a lot of connections and great relationships personally and in business. And so, yeah, I mean, you still want to pay. To what extent, though? I mean, that depends. It's like a credit line. If you have credit lines and the banks are going to withdraw your credit, like, okay, don't pay that debt because they're pulling away your credit, but you still have accruing interest. So they'll have to pay that. You have debt obligations. And so regardless of the amount of debt you get into, regardless of the type of debt it is, and I don't want to get into all of the types of debt right now, but make sure you do, and you know what you're getting yourself into. People who go, they're going to rely on somebody telling them, oh, you're forgiven. What is your exit strategy? I didn't have one. I just thought I could take this money and pump it into making new ads, and then I'd get $40,000 out of that. No. That's not how it works. Know your market. Know the patterns. So that's, okay, the 0% interest for 6 to 18 months, that's a business credit card stacking program where you can get limits up to 150, if not 250,000. And I want to say this. I know this isn't the most attractive type of stuff people like to listen to. I know it isn't. People would rather go see somebody picking their nose and pumping up music and putting on some Taylor Swift and some Justin Bieber and listening to their pop music, which, by the way, I don't listen to. But if educational content is there to help you, listen. But if you're off there watching entertainment and you're like, I'll do this in a month, I'll do this next week, I'll do this tomorrow. No. I have business owners right now who still go through the application with me, who I have a personal and business relationship with, by the way, who are never honest. Like, I say, hey, don't do this when we're in the application process. Don't go out there looking for another loan like this. Don't do that, especially if it's not the right one, because we're underwriting a file. And if we find out that you took some more loans, one or more, we're then going to say, we can't approve you. And then the expectations, I'm like, that's not what you told me 2 days ago, 3 days ago. So what happened a week from then? Now you have high credit utilization, and we just can't we can't have more debt on top of what you just added on top of debt. Like, I didn't know that. Well, that would have been nice to know. So I didn't put all this energy and time into someone who, like, you got to understand the positioning that I'm into. When I put myself in your position, free kick, Brazil. And if you're not, that's not, I don't want to, like, I don't even, people are like, oh, why don't you answer my, no, that doesn't deserve a call. That deserves a text message or an email. Like, there's no need for that. Like, you kind of broke that when you did what you did. So whether you knew it or not, I mean, you should know better than, hey, I'm going to go apply and do this and that and get them and then take them and then try to add this on top of it. How does that make sense? You got to make sense of that and say, well, I'm taking on too much debt. How am I supposed to get more over there? Hello? Free kick. How are you doing, Silva? Have you filled out my questionnaire? I thought you did. In case you haven't, and for everybody else in here watching, bio, link click, first button, fill out the submission form, evaluate, analyze, give you a proper response back via email. Well, why can't we get on a call? Why can't we do a Zoom call? Initially, you got to understand, how many people do I work with a day? Not just 100, more than 100. How many of those are phone calls? Minimal. Very minimal. And the reason being is I can't be on a phone call. This is not a call center. This isn't a Fortune 500,000 company where there's 5 employees that you could just talk to. For now, it's me. And this is how I handle things. And you're working with the best, by the way. So if you fill out that questionnaire form, I'll be able to send you back an email with your best funding option and options. I'm going to expand on that questionnaire. I was just thinking about it today before I submitted another one. For certain categories, I put a little bit less, and then other ones I fill out more. But that's what I would do. And then, by the way, a lot of people are pretenders. They're never action takers. So I don't waste my time. But energy is also most important. Energy and time. I'm not saying you are. I'm just saying in general. I don't like that. There's one thing, you're just seeking information. It's okay. You're not ready now. But it's like, I could have just done that in a different channel. And I could have devoted some other energy and the time into somebody else who... Like I told a real estate investor not too long ago. Hey, here's why I don't pick up phone calls. I told him that over the call. Now, it turned out to be an amazing phone call. Great discovery call. Consulted with him. And looking for about 1.7, 1.8 million for commercial real estate. And he knows how this works. He used to work with the SBA in the past. And he understands. He even said it to me. He's like, the reason I stopped doing this is because too many people are tire kickers. Too many of them are pretenders. Too many people don't take action. They just end up soaking up energy and time to never do anything with it. And that's the reason why I don't do it. And I knew that a long time ago. And I see people who go, well, I can't get a monthly repayment. I'm only doing, but I'm doing $20,000 a month. Yeah, but you have a 500 credit score. Personally, we're not even looking at your business credit score. Just personally wise. You're telling me you should get 100,000 a monthly repayment. You're doing 20,000 a month. You're probably only doing maybe 240,000 a year, maybe, or less than that, more or less. And you want a monthly repayment or even a weekly repayment? How do you justify that with a poor credit score and just in the 500s? Now, if you have more debt obligations, how am I supposed to give you more funding? The lender, your high debt to income ratio. You just opened up more trade lines. Why we can't get you that personal loan that's based more off of credit. So don't come to this with a closed mind. If you do, you will fail. And I say that sincerely. Another free kick, Brazil. You have 3 cabs looking for local work in Southern California. Can you help? Are you saying as in you are already a business owner? Are you a complete startup? I mean, that could be interpreted in different ways, so I just want to make sure. But in this, what part of Southern California? I used to live out there, but I grew up in Orange County, Fallon Valley, born, lived in Garden Grove, and then I came to I'm in Washington now, but I went to school out there in Bakersfield, Cal State University, Bakersfield. Came back here. I have community college underneath my belt too, past work experience, a lot of it. But yeah, Southern California, awesome. And just so you know, I give everybody the same amount of, energy and that respect, but in my time as I can. It's just, I don't need I'm not saying you are, but what I call these people are vampires. They're suckers. They suck the living energy and soul and time from you. And so you have to be, as a business owner yourself, you're protected and protective of your own. I'm sure you are. You have people who have limited access to you at certain times, days, whenever that is. So again, this is not to attack anybody or be aggressive. I'm just saying, if you read Dan Kennedy's books on time management for entrepreneurs, punctuality, not only just through that, but other means, you know what I'm referring to. But a lot of time-sucking vampires. Like when you're in a Zoom call too, like you got to find ways to get in and out. When I'm listening to Zoom calls, I'm not participating. They can't even hear me, but I'm working on my back end. I have to do a few things. New LLC, need funding as soon as possible. Awesome. There are, conventional, non-conventional, complete startup, pre-revenue. Without getting too specific into each subset and how they work, in the bio, if you fill out the questionnaire form, I'll be able to get in touch with you. I'll give you a proper response back via email on your best funding option and options. Tomorrow is going to be a huge catch-up day. As you can see, I have the World Cup game on, and I've had a long week. But I have about a minute or two, and then I have to get going. So yeah, personal, startup loans. I'm doing a lot of personal loans right now. Personal and startup. But you have to have strong credit. I'm not going to ask you for your credit score right now. But Experian-wise, has to be at least 700. 680 we can work with. But better not have anything derogatory. A new trade line or two is okay, depending on all other factors. But you really don't want to start opening up new trade lines and having too many inquiries and your debt to income ratio, high credit utilization. We do a lot of things. You're welcome. So I think I'm going to recap now. You guys heard me talk about, if you just joined, the $26,000 per employee retention tax credit. A lot of people are getting success from that. If I showed you on my screen how many people have taken advantage of that versus those who haven't, take advantage of it. Don't be somebody who just starts an application. You can qualify for it. Don't waste any time. This can pass you by like that. And it takes about 6 to 8 weeks to actually receive your funds. Sorry. Almost a PK. All right, everybody. Thank you all for tuning in, listening in. There's a lot of alternatives out there outside of the ERC EIDL loan program, retention tax credits, restaurant revitalization fund, the SSBCI program, You have grants, personal/startup loans, business credit cards, personal credit cards, equipment loans, real estate financing. I haven't even touched upon the surface of all of them. But as an expert, my advice to you is 3 things. Feedback. Allow feedback to be given to you and give it back. I don't want to work with people who disappear. I don't want that. 2, be open-minded. 3, patience. In no particular order, but have those 3 things together and you will rock it. You will see the benefit of what you can get and where your business can be. It may be difficult for you to initially say yes to something because you don't have the pattern. And this money isn't being used appropriately. It's more for expenses where it's going to hurt your cash flow. Or your cash flow already negative. You're already negative cash flow wise. So that is everything from me. Appreciate you. Thank you all. Please have a great rest of your Friday and weekend. Keep looking out for my content. Bio. You guys can check out my YouTube content, my blog. But I deliver the value like nobody else's business. And I'm very transparent with you. So that is everything from me. Talk to you all soon.